You wake up somewhere that you have never been before. You look in the mirror and you see someone or something staring right through you. Ghosts, demons, witches, and monsters exist here. You quickly realize that the fear is all too real. A dark shadow slowly creeps up behind you. As you try to escape, you find yourself lost in an endless maze of insanity and terror. Your eyes see, but your mind won't allow you to believe. You have now become a chapter in the dark tales of the macabre. Life has always been about choices. To go left, to go right, to go out, or to stay home. With each choice leading us to a different possible destination. But what if death, just like life, had that same freedom? With different paths, different outcomes, and even more consequences for your choices. Imagine if these choices led you either on a yellow brick road to your salvation or a highway to your damnation. Would you make that wager? Let's hope that Frank is a gambling man. Chapter 4, On the Corner of Life and Death.
Where is it? Come on, come on. There it is, the last will and testament of Frank Douglas. Frank, you can do this. You have to do this. Don't chicken out now.
A dazed man awakens in a dark place that he doesn't recognize. A sound of wind swirls all around, but he doesn't feel any as the air is still. He stands up in confusion.
What happened? Why didn't it work? This isn't my house. Where's the sky? In fact, where's the ground? This place feels so hollow.
He looks all around and sees nothing but darkness. Until out of nowhere, two signposts sprout like wild trees in front of him, with an arrow on each. One is pointing left and the other to the right. He looks both directions, but only sees a void of nothingness.
This place is strange, wouldn't you agree?
Who's there? Show yourself.
Something begins to materialize out of thin air. Frank begins to swing at the figure as it takes form of an older gentleman, but his punch goes right through him.
Calm down, Mr. Douglas. I'm not here or there, but it appears I am standing right here, doesn't it? Believe me, I know this place is confusing.
What are you, and more importantly, where the hell am I?
It's unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate indeed. But I will put it simple as I can, Mr. Douglas. You lived your life properly, which is rare these days, but you did shoot yourself. So to be frank, Frank, we are having trouble deciding where to place you.
Can't you just answer a damn question? What do you mean?
We are here to play a game of wits, Frank. A game where your decisions determine if you get placed in the attic or in the basement.
Attic? Basement? Wait, heaven and hell? So I did die.
Yes, indeed. I'm afraid that you are quite dead.
So what am I supposed to do?
I've given you all the information I'm allowed to share. You have more than enough to guide you on your journey. Good luck to you, Franklin Douglas.
The man vanishes as quickly as he had appeared. The left and right arrows that sprouted in front of Frank began to illuminate like signs on the Vegas Strip, hinting at him, telling him that he needs to pick a direction.
I guess it's decision time. So do I go left or right? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Wait, am I really going to let a child's game decide my eternal damnation? I guess so. Left, I will go left.
As he takes a step to the left, a bright light beams. Frank appears in a room that is more than just familiar to him.
That is impossible. This is my childhood room. I'm not sure how, but it is exactly how I remember it. The crayon markings on the wall. I got the belt for that one. The toy box there. Everything is the same.
Two more arrows appear in front of him, one pointing into his crib and the other pointing into his closet.
Which way should I go? I was always afraid that there was a boogeyman in the closet. So, I guess if you want me to face my fears, then I should go that way, shouldn't I? Can you even hear me? I'm sure you can.
The light seems even brighter this time. It takes a minute for Frank's eyes to adjust. He appears in what he assumes is a kitchen with the sounds of pots and pans banging. The man hears a haunting voice, and he knows exactly where he is.
Sorry, babe, did I wake you? I was just trying to get a few dishes done before I cooked us some breakfast.
What? It can't be you. You're dead, Julie. You died.
Frankie, that's not funny. Oh no, we're out of eggs. I will be back in a jiffy. Just running to the corner store. Breakfast will be ready in no time, I promise.
Julie quickly grabbed her purse, speeding to the door. She promised him a great breakfast after a fight they had the other day. She wanted to deliver on that promise. But Frank remembered this moment all too well. As he stood there in shock, trying to process it, he finally broke free of his daze.
Wait, those were the last words before her accident. This is the day she dies. Forget this game. I need to save her.
The door to the living room began to illuminate with the words "One leap forward" above it, and the front door had written in graffiti all over it, 2 steps backwards. Frank ignored both as he sprinted out the front door after her.
A tragedy has brought us together today. We are here to honor the memory of Julia Douglas.
No, damn it. I didn't have enough time to save her. What kind of cruel game is this?
Going through the front had brought Frank directly to his wife's funeral. He quickly got up and rushed to the exit doors, but they were both locked. He began to look around for an escape, but everything went dim and out of focus, with only one thing in the room illuminating: the casket. A large glowing arrow appeared above it, pointing into it, with 2 words that made Frank shiver: "One way."
Oh, no way. There is absolutely no chance that I am going in there. You can't make me.
After deciding it was his only option, Frank stepped into the casket with Julie. The light took him to his next location. He sat up confused in a casket. He looked around thinking that he was still there. He sees a picture of himself on display. He wasn't at Julie's funeral anymore, but it was his.
Let me tell you something about Frank. The guy was a menace. I kid. He was a great friend, man.
Really? That goofball got to speak at my funeral.
He hops out of the casket and sees another exit sign through an average door. Frank walks through and sees 2 more doors. One door says heaven, and the other read hell.
This is how it ends? You guys are letting me choose? Well, then I'm choosing heaven.
As he walked through the door marked heaven, he let out a scream as he fell down into a hole and became engulfed in flames. The old man who guided Frank earlier appeared. Confused, he began to examine the door.
I know you are there, so you may as well show yourself. And I know you meddled in this affair. It was supposed to be Mr. Douglas's choice. It wasn't yours.
What? I was getting bored, so I switched signs to spice things up. And I'm the devil, so why would I play fair? Sue me.
Sometimes in life we make a choice, but there are other times where a choice is made for us, even without our knowledge. Poor Frank became a victim to the latter. Next time you make any decision, do it with absolute caution. Even with something simple as choosing coffee with or without creamer, just for 1 second, stop and think. Is it really you making that decision? Or has the decision already been made for you? End of chapter 4. Sometimes the light fades out, and the unseen horror begins. For those lost souls unfortunate enough to stumble in our web of darkness, we will see you next time. Until then, read the signpost up ahead. Beware what lurks in the dark tales of the macabre.